time, and now you're walking down the aisle. Do you know what that means, Quentin? It means that everything that I could have had with Ruby is messed up now.
No, what's completely messed up is my friend having a thing for my girl, even after you said you didn't.
You cannot switch off love.
He's a South African actor best known on Scandal as Mangi. Yes, I am talking about Kagiso Modupe. Good evening, my name is Letawali Joy Matato and welcome to Talk to Me. I'm so happy to have you in the studio today.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good.
Did I tell you?
I'm alive. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. I like that because I always say that some people are breathing but they're not alive.
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm doing both. I'm alive and I'm breathing.
And that's why you're here, because we want people who are not only living but they are alive and they're taking risks.
And I'm inspired by life. You know, if you look at my taglines on Instagram, everywhere, I'm inspired by life.
Okay, so basically just asked people to follow you, right?
Yeah, follow me at Kagiso Modupe.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, follow me.
You just had to go there.
Yeah, I need those numbers.
I always say, when I talk about you, I'm like, he's so brave. And people are like, why? And I'm like, he came out and he spoke about some topics that people usually don't talk about. Yeah. Men don't talk about such topics. What happened to you?
I was raised to be fearless. And that's how I raise my kids as well. You know, you should never be scared of anything. You should understand the power that has been bestowed on you. Yeah. You know, so for me, I don't even fear newspapers. You know, my career was not made by newspapers. I didn't allow it to be made by newspapers, so they can't break me. So, but I'm also an advocate for the truth.
Yeah.
You know, I come out and I tell you the truth, and if I'm wrong, I'll come back and apologize and say, hey, sorry, Joe. You know, and that's how we should be. So for me, when I took on the circumcision campaign, I was mad.
Were you mad?
I was angry.
So it's
I was angry at those ads that, you know, we saw on TV because they were not talking to men, they were belittling men. You know, they were saying, or if you know, they made it too sexual. They made circumcision about sex. You know, but there was more to circumcision. There's the prevention of cervical cancer in women. You know, there's the prevention of HIV infections, you know. So, and they didn't talk about that. They were like, zing, umunati, hausamanati, ha.
We are not even 5 minutes in the show and we're already hitting it.
Yeah.
Can we get to know you first before we get to that level?
Well, you asked me, I'm brave. I am brave.
No, but I didn't say get to details. You're just supposed to say, yes, I'm brave, and we go on. Can we get to know Kagiso? Who's Kagiso growing up? You even spoke about your kids, how you raise your kids. I think that comes from how you were raised. It could be that. Can we get to know who Kagiso is?
Kagiso out, Joe.
What's your guy?
Yeah, ki out here ko Kasi, ko Tema, last town, ko Springs. You know, I'm a family man. You know, I've got my wife, I've got my kids. I'm very family orientated. I'm a fighter, you know, but I'm also a fun person. I'm a loving person, and yeah, you know, this is just.
If this was an ad and you were selling,
and I'm never late.
You never late.
Never late. I'm well known in the industry for that I am never late.
You respect people's time.
And
you respect you. Yeah, definitely. That says a lot.
I'm a people's person, and I love people, and I'm that guy who will sit with that drunk uncle that nobody wants to sit with, because I get to learn from them. You know, I wanna sit with people. I'm inspired by even the bad things in life. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got into the industry a long time ago, but I think you went to Scandal in 2005. Yeah. That's a long time. That's a really long time, and you're still there. And you've been there. What? You're not?
I've left the show. After 13 years, 3,000 episodes. It was time for me to. Yeah. So I left the show a couple of months back. I was supposed to do it last year. But I left on a good note, you know. Yeah. It was time, and that's how I am. I like to leave things.
Do you think certain people overstay? Because you saying it was time, you had to go. Do you think there's certain? It could be in the industry as a whole, not TV only. Yeah. I'm talking radio. I'm talking music. I'm talking everything. Do you think there's a time where someone must just bow down when they're still good at it? If they such.
For me, I think it's the shell theory. You know, you look at a crab. A crab, you know, has a shell. right? And as the shell never grows, but the crab grows. So every time the shell becomes too small for the crab, it goes under a rock and it shares the shell and it grows a new shell. You know, so for me it was the shell was becoming tighter, you know, and this is me saying I need to reinvent myself and take on new things, you know, and for me, yeah, that's exactly why I left the show.
Does new things involve screen as well?
Yeah.
So you are on something?
I am on a lot of things.
A screen?
No way.
Are we acting again?
Look, in 2017, right? I'm born on the 17th of April. So in 2017,
You Aries.
I am Aries. And
on the 25th of March. I cannot lie about that.
see, we leaders.
I know.
But I set 17 goals for myself to achieve, and I achieved 16, you know. And the 17 one is what I'm still chasing right now. So, when you ask me, am I doing something? I'm cooking something now, which is a film that I'm going to be starring in with my daughter, but I'm going to be producing that film as well.
Don't you need a wife in that film? Come on.
Yeah.
You know? That is really lovely. It shows growth. In one word, we'll get much deeper into it. In one word, if you were to say your experience on TV throughout the years.
One word.
One word.
Can it be like a one word in a link dash?
Okay, one sentence.
An amazing ride.
An amazing ride.
An amazing ride.
Let's go to the break. We'll get to know much more about the amazing ride when we come back. Ya ka nnete o mokwela a re a heme fela eupia o wa phela he a ke batho ba ile gore re ba le ona ka mono studio o amogetšwe gape go talk to me re na le yena Kagiso. So Kagiso, take me to the day where you woke up and you said, look, I've got this talent and I want to share it with the world. How did you know, or did someone else see it in you? How did you discover who you are and what you want to be?
I've always known who I am. I've always been clear about who I am. You know, I'm a creative. You know, but when it comes to the industry and me having to share this talent that I have in the industry, I didn't think about it. You know, I was broke. In all honesty, next to Nazaga, you know.
No blind.
Yeah, I didn't have money. I was in tertiary. I was putting myself through school. And, you know, one of the things that they were doing was, you know, a Rao Song and Dance Company. And they needed guys there. And they would pay us so that, you know, and I figured, okay, this is money that I could use to pay for my fees. But one of my hobbies, you know, turned to become my way of living. I think that's when the revelation came in, you know, because when I was doing a show, there were agents in the crowd, and you know, they came and they were like, "Come join my agency," and that's how it all went, and it went very fast. You know, I know there's a lot of people that hustle to get to the industry, but for me, I don't know. It just went very fast, and I think maybe that's what the universe had driven me to do.
You're saying you were at school studying. Were you studying arts?
No, never. I would never study the arts.
What were you studying?
I've got a degree in a BSc in human physiology and anatomy, and I've got a BA in sports psychology.
Wow, I'm speechless. Yeah. I'm really speechless. So, like, yes, they're like, how did you decide after matric that this is what I'm going to do?
I wanted to be a doctor. I grew up wanting to do medicine. You know, it's just that my maths marks were terrible. You know, so...
Yeah,
no, majoko, you know, anything, you mara, hey, come maths, hey, maths are not clever, Joe.
No.
Yeah, maths are not clever. So, yeah, then I decided, okay, then I'm going to go the physiotherapy route.
Are you ever going to practice?
Never.
Why?
Because the bug has bitten me. I like this free time and me being able to be in charge of my own time.
Yeah. Let me know about when after you got into the industry, fame. A lot of people can't survive that. Yeah. You're still Kagiso, man. You still the Kagiso that people can relate to. Yeah. I often say you are one of the easiest people that one can communicate with. The first time I met you, it was like we knew each other, and I didn't know you. And I actually asked myself, I think once that's what I felt. I thought. he thinks I'm someone else, but we just got along. How did that happen? As much as we know that how the industry swallows a lot of people, what kept you? What makes you you? What made you not to forget where you come from?
You know, people call it you mustn't forget where you come from. I think we should call it you must be real to who you are. You know, and fame is a drug, and it's a false drug. You know, you just gotta be real. I'm a guy that wakes up and works on TV. I'm the same as the sister Otuhanga Paisa Magwinya or Spananko Feming. It's a job. You know, that's what it is, and it just happens to be a job that, you know, millions of people get to see me. And if most people can take that into their heads, then, you know, it will humble them. You also need to realize that your job is based on numbers, and numbers are the people. So if you want to for the people, then where are your numbers coming from? Because that's the people that you work for. Yeah. You know, I see a lot of musicians when they come into shows and they cover themselves up and they get on stage and then they perform and then they go back, you know, and then straight into the car and they leave. And my question is, then who's going to download your song?
People want to feel and touch. Yeah. They want to be personal with you. Yeah. Hence I always say, when someone is in your screen every day at home, the reason we personally think you are part of us is because we see you daily. Because I invade your home. Yes, you are actually in my house every day. So automatically I'll think we know each other. I'll think you're my friend. Yeah. So when you're out there, it's a different story with most celebrities. When they get out, they don't have time for selfies. I'm busy, I'm that. But which sometimes it makes sense because you have a personal life. Good. How do you handle having to rush to the interview for Talk to Me and taking selfies and making sure you're not late? I explain myself. To you? Yeah, I explain and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I used to have these clips on my social media every Sunday, just explaining how certain things work. You know, if I'm in hospital, I don't wake up randomly. You know what I mean? It's because I'm there because there's someone who I care about is there. You know, if I'm at a funeral, I don't wake up caring, which funeral am I going to go to today? But I explain myself. I'm grieving, you know, and sometimes the fans don't understand that. But it's also you having to understand where they come from. But they need to understand where you come from. You know, when someone gets excited, it's not malicious. It comes from a place of love. But then there's also the fans who are malicious. You know, who will say, you know, I remember one actress who was staying in a back room. And, you know, the people were excited for her and then they said to her, "Oh, Marukhalema back room," you know. So there are people who are malicious. You need to deal with the people as they come, but also just be mindful of where they're coming from. How do you deal with that? A lot of celebrities, they can't. They especially on Twitter, they would clap back. They would want to fight that person that they don't even know and do that. How do you keep it together? Twitter man. You know, I feel like Twitter has given people an opportunity who are scared to say things, and they're able to say it without a proper confrontation. You know, I also teach people how to handle me, because sometimes you find I'm with my family, my wife, and we're there, and you'll come and jump on me, you know, and I'm okay with that. But I'll kind of tell you, you know, this way, and then if you say, "I understand," then I switch off. Do you know what I mean? I switch off, because then you are mood. And especially I take offense when that happens, especially from black people, because there's a way in how we are all raised. Yeah. And especially in our age. So if you say that in passing to my wife or to my kids, it's over. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even want to see you switch, because I think I like. No, but this one. No, I won't respond to it at all. But you won't get what you're looking for. You won't. What were the lows in the industry? The lows. Yeah, with you, where you felt ugh, maybe this is not worth it. Have you been at that space in your life?
Yeah.
Where you wanted to like, but Modupe o ka re mo gona ke tla no ba Kagiso ka tlogela all this.
Yeah.
What had happened? What was that?
No, nabanropa ka chelete. You know. Yeah, man. You know, sometimes producers can gain so much from you and get less from you, and when they give less. And that's one of the fights I had to fight, Scandal. When I was still growing up. I went to the producer and I said, it doesn't make sense for me to borrow money to come to work. It doesn't make sense, because then what am I doing here? Which means that I'm just working so that I can pay back Skolod. And that's the reality of it. Some people don't know that the hustles in the industry, where things don't make sense. You can't even go and buy a car, because the bank doesn't recognize you. You're a contract worker. There's just lows in the industry, and if we are real about those lows, then you'll never see Batuba because there's a low that hits in the industry.
There's a lots and lots of lows that people don't actually know about. Yeah. I was.
But we are to blame for that because
we give an Instagram life.
Yeah.
Because I get about Instagram life is the perfect life. Yeah. So we continue day to day to make it our lives and Instagram live to say reshapo and this is what's happening. Yeah. But I was talking to someone else the other day. You know what's sad about the industry is that you don't have a contract. When you go and say Kinyaka Ngu or Kinyaka whatever, no one can take you serious. And we continue to say our actors and our musicians, they die poor. But we're not giving them an opportunity to actually say, let's help you in doing this and in doing that.
But that's why I'm an advocate for it. And I think, this is an industry. It's an industry. If we have a department in government, something needs to happen. You get what I'm saying? The government needs to come into play. And for me, for a while, and I'm going to say this, because it's the truth, I've always felt like the people who became body minister of arts and culture, it kind of felt like they've never seen a contract. Yeah, or an actor or a presenter or a cameraman.
I don't think they have. Because if they were to see it, they wouldn't want their kids to.
Do you get what I'm saying? So then maybe we should get someone who's in the industry to become minister of arts and culture.
Because they understand the struggle.
Exactly. They understand why we die as paupers. They understand why there's no royalties. And that's what I want to change. With the film that I'm going to do, I want to create a system where from the security guard to the executive producer, they must get royalties when I sell my product overseas.
You need a wife in that.
Yeah, or somebody who wants royalties. Yeah.
I proposed it. It wasn't even about royalties. Now the proposal must get tougher and tougher. But anyway, let's talk about you. You so much talk about your family.
Yeah.
How long have you been married now?
11 years.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Now you make it sound like you're old.
I'm not old.
How old are you?
I'm young enough.
No, seriously, you can't be married for 11 years because I'm thinking I'm older than you.
I've been married for 11 years.
You got married very young.
Okay, yeah, let's call it.
Yeah, I think you got married very young.
Let's call it that, yeah.
But how is marriage life, especially as young as you are?
Good.
Would you advise someone to get married earlier or rather later?
In the industry, someone who's in the industry?
Someone who's like Kagiso. I don't know.
Kagiso in the industry or Kagiso outside?
Both of Kagisos. What would you tell yourself before marriage about marriage now?
I would say, I'd say to someone, follow your heart. If it makes sense, it makes sense. But don't jump into marriage and think it's easy. Find someone that you're gonna grow old with. Rather marry a friend than marry a hot chick. Because you're gonna spend the rest of your life with this person. Be open-minded, and just enjoy life. If marriage comes now, it comes now. If it comes when you're 40, it comes when you're 40. But I'm enjoying marriage. I'm enjoying marriage, the lows of it and the highs of it. And the lows, it depends on how you look at it. You know, some people will not enjoy marriage because they're not ready for it. They're not ready for what it comes with.
To answer to someone.
Yeah, well, that's how they see it, to answer to someone, to be, you know, accountable for something. But for me, I see it as a companionship, you know, for the rest of your life.
We're not competing, we're complementing each other.
Exactly. And we need to listen to each other. And I think that's why, you know, when I wrote this book, there were things that were coming with it, yeah.
Which was a secret. You kept this from me. Why?
I don't know. Maybe, actually, you're always busy. You're always busy. Maybe you don't see social media anymore. Maybe. Well, this show is taking too much of your time.
Can I just tell you?
When are you getting married?
Who's doing the interview here?
When are you getting married? Hey? These shows, they're taking too much of your time, Kel. Yeah? When are you getting married?
Can we talk about your book?
Okay, let's talk about my book. That's fine. Let's talk about my book. Yeah. Tantunyale, it would be a waste. Yeah. No, it would be a waste if you don't.
Can we go on with the show?
Okay, yes.
You know, that's the problem.
Can I take over the show?
No, I want look at you messing up my makeup now. Okay, so you went and you wrote a book.
Yes.
First of all, did you write or they're ghostwriters?
I wrote it.
Are you sure?
I wrote it. And then I got an editor to check the spelling test. Yeah, checks. I check it out. Yeah.
Did you have grammar issues?
I'm terrible with grammar.
Okay, high five. I'm so happy for the honesty.
I'm terrible with grammar.
And you took it in and you're like, yeah,
Yeah, poshul le arrange pila or care. Yeah, it's got a hence that's the form. Like Twitter, eh? I know you. Yeah, I know you guys.
So what's the book about?
Along Came Tsakane is a book about a good man. And we're not talking about Njayu Sandy dustbin everywhere, you know. We're talking about a good man who finds himself cheating, you know. And it will give, you know, people an opportunity to be a fly on the wall. You know, to be a fly on the wall, to see what the processes are and what happened, and because you also see this guy trying to get out of it. Because we always look at the final product and we like, yeah, wajola, you know.
But wait. Yeah. Is cheating a mistake?
It is. Could be.
A mistake?
It could be.
When it happened once or twice?
It could be.
Once or twice?
It could be if you face the realities of it. And that's why I wrote this book from a good place. And even Tsakane, I didn't write her as the mistress who's trying to break a marriage. I wrote her as a girl who finds herself as a mistress. And she's fallen in love with a married man. You know? Because we always want to take it from a bad angle. You're home wrecker.
Don't you think well, I haven't read the book. I'm just asking from what you're saying now, which now I'm interested in keeping this book and reading it.
It's a simple read. It's like watching a movie when you read.
I'm holding on to it.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to know it all. So tell me, when you're saying that, don't you think you're encouraging what we say it shouldn't be encouraged?
I am saying there's the reality of life. Hence I said to you, I'm inspired by life. We like to live this holier than thou life, and we say, and when it happens, then we pretend like, oh, why Muruti? Because things happen in life.
So a mistake is something that happens once. Yeah. If it happens the second time, the third time, it becomes a routine. Yeah. For me, it ain't a mistake.
And that's why this guy, it's his first time. I wrote about a good guy. And let's not also rule out that there are people who just it's bad. But you know, I don't want to say.
Yeah,
Why
no,
Tina, they're not in it. And I wrote about the ideal man that we talk about. And you'll see that this is a good man. You will see that Tsakane herself is not a home wrecker. So this guy, it was his first time. So that's why I don't want to take the book to the bad side of things. Let's talk about bad things happen to good people.
They do. Mm-hmm. They do.
And that's what the book is about.
Okay. I can't wait to read this.
It's honest. You love this book. It's honest. It reveals things that people don't want to talk about in marriages, you know, and some of the things that it goes deep.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Let's stretch marker. It goes in there.
Yeah, let's go that deep. Let's go raw.
Yeah.
Is this something that you experienced personally?
Yeah, there's certain things in there that I experienced personally, and I'm open to share that. You know, where it came to, in marriage, you'd have a child, right? And Runa as men sometimes don't understand what women go through when it comes to childbirth. Even though we are there, you know, because we're modern men now, but there's certain uncomfortable things that happen to them. Maybe how they look, maybe how they you know, and you will see how that can affect a marriage. Yeah. You know, like you being uncomfortable with how your breasts would look, or stretch marker, or ing, and sometimes you actually bring that to me. Because nakile outi, I look past that stretch marks I have.
Yeah, but not because I'm insecure, I can actually be making you aware.
But you've given me the most beautiful thing that not even stretch mark comes close to it. But yet you're allowing this stretch mark to affect our marriage because you're uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean?
Is it that deep?
This book goes there. It goes there. And you will get to realize that compared to Tsakane is not a 9 out of 10, or she's not a 15 out of 10. Yeah. And the wife is a 15 out of 10. But Tsakane is probably a 3 out of 10.
So that's why sometimes they'll say a man would leave his mansion and I go mkukum and abe happy. Abe happy.
Arbona kemnati. Yeah. Antatori papa polisha plate sonta.
Arbona nakrai.
Exactly, without fork and knife. This creates conversations amongst couples that we need to talk about things. We don't talk about things. We tend to take the easy way out. When I started probably in my marriage, I was probably a stallion, you know. But then there's things like work. There's things like hukula. There's, you know, and maybe I'm not a stallion anymore. But we find that we are not frank with each other. So you will go and find an alternative because you But if you had just said, Papa, ukar hausa mata beno.
Yeah.
Yeah, hausa mata. Yeah, hausa na and you can even say it using humor and be like, unropile maobane man.
You know?
You know, and that man will, I promise you that man will make a plan. But we don't talk about these things because we're scared of hurting each other.
Yeah. So there's a solution now.
Hurraf mo.
Hurraf.
Hurraf. It's like watching a film, I promise you.
Are you going to do a film of this?
No.
Why?
The film is already on paper.
Yeah, but some people don't like reading, they like visual.
It costs over 12 million to make a film. So, can I please have the money?
Are you saying you don't have?
I don't have 12 million, but I would love to have.
But can't you get it?
I'm getting it for my first one.
Okay.
Yeah, for my first film.
Let's just, I know you might not want to talk much about it. Yeah. When are the auditions?
Saying, is that my film?
Yeah, what is it about?
Soon. It's about me and my daughter. It's along these lines, you know, but it's something that really affects.
Is it family?
It's family, but it's action thriller.
Things that you went through, or just imaginary?
Things that I've encountered through, you know, traveling with Brothers for Life. Things that men go through.
I want to talk about Brothers for Life and your initiative and everything that you went through with them after the break. Welcome back to Talk to Me, Rosana Lee and Kagiso.
Let me do the link. Welcome back and do it like you. And do it. Welcome back and you're something to do.
Do I speak like that?
You do, but it's nice. I like it. Yeah, it's like welcome back.
Welcome back. Okay, if I were to do it the way you do it.
You're such a lady, you know. Like you're proper. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah,
even in restaurants, I sit proper.
You know, you must be one of those.
I'm used to it. I don't know why, but I think, let me tell you the truth about it. I think I saw looked at what I wanted and I went for it. And I was like, I want to be a lady. I'm going to wear a red shoe that it screams out. I'm going to pop everywhere I go. And that was me. I was like, I want to be this person. So much that I do it in my bedroom when I'm alone. So much that I don't, and it's me now.
When I'm because see, you are neat.
No, it's very true. White.
Yeah, so but that's how it's supposed to be. I'm also neat.
Can I tell you, I'm sure people are like, how does Mangi know Raunalepe? But I'm glad they said Mangi, they didn't say Kagiso.
Either
way. No, they're not the same people.
Yeah.
So yeah, with Mangi it's fine. Kagiso, I can't say it. You went to the world, to the media, everywhere and said, but Mamudim, I'm not circumcised. How brave is that? People don't want to talk about this. Men don't want to talk about this. Ladies will never tell you, or Munagana circumcised.
Look, how's a circumcised? I was circumcised. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, all this comba was comba. You know? but for me, I wanted to show we're humans too, you know. People think that when we're on TV, things don't happen to us. You know, or you know, we're automatically on TV. I had an opportunity, you know, to go to a private clinic, you know, and hide and say bye and just do it, you know. But when you've got an influence of over 5 million people in South Africa and 20 million in Africa, you know, I think you have a responsibility to make an impact. And that's the opportunity I saw, you know, that I could change lives. I could save lives. And if there's 4 million people that I can convince, then that's 4 million men who are in families of 5. Yeah. So you say 4 million times 5, that's over 20 million people that you could be saving. Yeah. So, but most of all, I didn't like how the current circumcision campaigns were going, because they were belittling men. They did not know how to speak to a man. When you want a man to do something, there's gotta be a way that you approach him. And they were approaching it in a sexual way of, when you're not circumcised, you know, you're not the best lover, you know, between the sheets. And for me, I was like, there are married men out there, you know, and good men who are running families and probably even are better in the sheets. Yeah. And let's not even go there. Let's talk about how me, as an uncircumcised man, I could potentially infect my wife or be the reason why my wife will have cervical cancer.
I think a lot of people don't know that part.
Because, and this is someone that, I don't want to be the reason why my daughter doesn't get to, you know, or my wife doesn't get to see my daughter graduate because of me. You know, how about we try?
That is power then.
Young child, instead of trying to make it sexual. You know, how about we say, let's try and bring down the rate of HIV infections, because that's something that's affecting us. And if I'm a man and chances are I'm going to, you know, then that's when I went deeper into it and got to understand certain things. And then I came out and I said, I'm encouraging 2,000 men to come and circumcise with me in one day.
Did we get 2,000 men?
Guess how much we got?
How much?
420,000 men. We broke the government record just by the tone in how we speak. This is something that has never been achieved before.
How many did you say, 400?
And over 420,000 men came and circumcised. We had bikers. I was asking for 2,000. We had bikers, we had the mini club there. We literally shut down Katlehong Clinic. And another thing that we pushed there, I said, let's break the stigma that female practitioners cannot handle us. You know, because there's this thing where I'm circumcised a sister, I'm circumcised like a doctor or one, and let's break that. Let's give women space and in the community.
I'm a doctor, let me do my job.
Yeah. Because if it was chopped and I was running into a clinic and the only person that could save my 4-5 was a female doctor, I wouldn't even ask questions, right? Tunga, sister. Tunga, sister. You see what I'm saying? So I saw an opportunity. I can teach a lot through this thing, and that's what I did it. Yeah.
Okay, Siatuga, it's fine. So, did you have to do that to me?
Well, it's the truth, and we still continue. Trying to educate men, but it's the tone in how we teach, how you speak to a man. I don't care who you are. You gotta understand a man's psyche and speak to him like a man, and give a man his place. He's a man.
Yeah.
And give a woman her place. It's a there's a certain way that you want us to really share.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's the same way as how you speak to a man. There's a certain way. It's in him, in how you speak to that man.
So now from that day where you got over 400,000 people coming and saying to be involved, then have you heard more? Is the campaign still going?
It went up. We were mentioned in Parliament by the current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, who was deputy then. We were mentioned in Parliament.
How does that make you feel to know you've got so much power? I will call it power because it was just by you saying it. I don't want to say it's because of other people who were backing you up, but people saw you, people know you, people they got personal with you. That says Kagiso's got power. Now,
for me, it humbles me. It just humbles me how I've been given the gift to touch people, and I give that to Taimalaka, my late dad, who told me that motu as a home, motu ki motu, and never look at the Taimalevang Dako Strating who doesn't have anything and think that you can disrespect him. And that has kept me in touch with the people. And when you are in touch with the people, when you say something, they listen. Because you are a good listener to them.
Didn't it surprise you that you were calling on men and men responded as in, because I would think if you were calling on women, yes, that number makes sense. He's hot, he's intelligent, he's famous. I want to be next to him. Just to be in his presence will make me feel good. But the fact that you were calling on men and men, it's not easy. It's like usually on TV, you in the industry, if I want to sell something to women, I would call you to do the ad. And I know and I'm guaranteed that they will buy it because it's a man and we know the kind of females you have. I'm sure your DM says a lot, but what I'm saying is you went to men and you said where else were they? I would have thought if Nkabi Jalata and say to men, look, or whatever, it would have made an impact. But you seeing that, how did that?
For now, to be honest with you, I was scared. In all honesty, to think, maybe this is going to embarrass my family, maybe this. But when you got the kind of woman that says, let's go.
Did your wife say that?
Yeah, she's like, let's go. What's the worst that could happen? You're not going to show off your thing.
She's a queen. I love her.
Do you know what I mean? You're not going to show it off, but, they know that you're going to go in and do it, So the worst thing that could happen is maybe memes on social media, but you can't have memes get the right thing. And throughout that process, there was never one meme.
No, there wasn't.
So for me, I was like, this is good. And to answer your question, when you say, it's easy to sell a product to men when you've got a beautiful woman. But for me, I like to play against the line. Yeah. I like to when people are going there, I go there. Because we always want to sell things through sex.
Yeah, it's a sexual thing every time.
And I was like, no, man, let's go and be real with the people. And that's what sold it.
Not only do you write movies, write books, get men to be circumcised, but do you also...
I'm a radio host.
like, what is it that you can't do? Not only that, but you also do music.
I do music. My single.
And you know I love your singing.
Yeah.
Not because it's you, but because I think it was done. It's good. No. Ngebe loreng I.
Bueno, Praia kom.
Tlakobotse, ngebe se bose ko botse ka sepedi sa gešo sa gae ko re o ikwishisha ngebe se bose sengelelao ntse ke ra wa o shumile papa yo tlo ngirile wena ka ye o swanetse re raloke gape e a kwagala e bosana you know there's a difference our no ru shumile mnethu ra o lebogiša I didn't say that.
Yeah, you were like, all right, let's play it again.
Yes.
Yeah. My single's out. It's called The Wa Song. Yeah. You know, it's doing well on the charts.
It's so catchy, by the way.
Yeah.
Very catchy.
You know, but fun as well. It was #1 on the charts. And I'm independent, you know.
Nice. Great.
Yeah, I say nice, Mara, to be honest.
Planning to sign people?
No. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I want someone to sign me and just take care of it. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious. It's too. I'm doing a lot of things, you know, and the music business. I just want someone to take care of it, and push it for me. I'm gonna release an EP, you know, maybe June. Yeah, I just explore myself. I explore my creativity. Me, you know, but I can't produce. So
you write.
I write, I work with a producer, I listen to the beat, and then I put my lyrics on it, and it goes. That's just how it is, you know. Yeah, other than that, I'm on radio, you know. We've got a good show that's going on Cliff Central, so I'm having fun. I'm exploring myself. I'm not going to limit myself at all.
Yeah. And what features do you think in the music industry there's someone you want to work with?
Like I work with anybody, even
if you had to choose one,
even if they're not famous, I'd rather work with people who are not famous because they're still hungry.
Yeah, but how do you know
Maporisa, Dr. Muruti, I would want to work with those guys. Yeah.
I said one.
Yeah. So
you're coming here to say this?
Dr. Muruti, Maporisa, Kibana Mutu, man, they are one. Yeah.
So you would really love to work with them. Do you think your fans or the South Africans are getting your music as because we're not introduced to you with music? Yeah. Do you think they're following in well?
Yeah, they do. I think we tend to think that you know, our fans are not intelligent, you know, and that's one of the things that I've always fought for, to say our fans are intelligent. They can see when their hair's not sitting right. They can see when. No,
I'm the only person with hair now. I need to find.
No, we think that they're not technical. We think that if Muto Utamo on this scene and then Sachakalakamo, they don't see that. They see it. You know, and they see you for what you give them. And for me, my fans, they take me for the guy. They don't box me because I've never boxed myself, because my life has no box. You know, so whatever that I come with, they follow that. You know, but if you're gonna say I'm a musician and just stick to that, and especially even with genres, and I don't know what I'm gonna come up with next. What if I come up with a gospel song?
Or a jazz?
Why not? They'll still follow that.
What? In closing, what is the one thing that you look back at and you say, you know what, I wish I can change about my life?
Fear.
Do you think it has been a lot to a point where you're like, if I did not have this, I would be at a certain...
I would change that in a heartbeat. There's so many things that I could have achieved earlier on in my life. Yeah. But because of fear and because of huinyata and going, will I afford to buy this? You know, will I afford to do that? Nah. Would I be able to get to the president? Would I be able to, you know? Fear because of looking at the circumstances of where you come from, and you think you're not important. You know, I would have been far if it wasn't for fear.
How did you overcome it? Because for you to be here now, it means step by step you were slowly working on, like, let go. So what do you think happened? When was that day when you say, look, I'm going to run. If I fall, it's okay. But I'm going to run.
There's a thing that I always say to myself, but I can't say it now because this is a public platform. But every time I go, it's a word, you know, and I say it to myself. You know, I remember when I started in the industry, when I went to auditions, I would be nervous. You know, look left, look right. I'm thinking about my lines. I'm thinking, and then I would leave the audition and I'd never get the call back. And then I was like, no, man. That person who's sitting there with a camera who's auditioning me, they're here to do a job. You know, if I stop making this whole thing about them and make it about me. And I started walking into auditions. I did the auditions to the best that I could. And when I walked out and I was satisfied, I started getting the jobs.
Did you attend that much auditions?
Not really. No, but I mean, obviously, you know, when you were starting out, you'd go to auditions, study ads, study ink, study drama, study. But I used to make it about that person.
And it messes you up.
Yeah, once I started making it about me, and I was happy, then everything went smooth. Yeah.
So where are we going from here? There's a movie?
We're going to the moon, baby. We're going to the moon. We're going to Mars. Yeah. We're going to... I want to have something named after me.
Like what?
I don't know, but I know. I want my name.
Close Avenue. I think as long as motho ka gara province ya rena o swantse go be le something motho ila thusha bana ba bang motho ila
the people that get to decide that, I don't know how they decide. You know, who decides velo re strata se itona strata se maybe we should ask her, how do I get, so I'm not going to wait for someone to put my name on something. I'm going to do it myself because I don't even know what the criteria is. You know, that's next for me. I'm gonna put my name on something.
You know, I'm your number one fan, so I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Thank you so much for coming through. We wish you all of the best. Like you should be. Yeah, so going in and going out. Let everything that you want to achieve. If you tell your family all the best.
Thank you.
Music, the movie.
Yeah.
the movie, yes. Amen. With the movie, yes. Thank you so much for coming through, Kagiso.
Thank you, Manesu, and thank you for having me.
That's it on Talk to Me. We've seen the Good night.